On this week's show, it's the postseason, and the Lady Flames played 5 games in 8 days in the National Christian College Regional and National Tournaments. High honors for some Lady Flames, and we take a look at the sights and sounds of the National Tournament. All that and much more coming right up. Welcome to another edition of Inside Lee University Basketball. This is the National Tournament Special, the NCCAA National Tournament here from Lake Winona, Indiana, and the campus of Grace College. And the Lady Flames have traveled up here as the #1 seed, and they are taking on various schools from all over the country that are Christian colleges in this national tournament, a good national tournament. But they had to get here by way of the Mid-East Regional, where they took on 2 familiar foes in Tennessee Temple, who's right down the road in Chattanooga, as well as Union University. That was in Jackson, Tennessee at Union University. The Flames defeated Tennessee Temple fairly easily, but when they got to the championship game, playing Union wasn't as easy. So let's take a look at some of those highlights. This matchup between Union and Lee was the 3rd time they met each other in this season. Lee captured wins both times in the regular season in 2 thrillers by a total of only 5 points between both games. And everyone in Jackson anticipated some of the same magic in March when the 2 familiar rivals met again. The game was back and forth throughout the game, and the biggest difference between the earlier matchups and this latest matchup was Union's ability to shoot the 3. In the previous games, the Lady Flames were able to hold Union to under 8 3-pointers per game, but in this game, Union was hitting from deep, hitting 13 threes like that one right there, and 52% from the 3-point range. The Flames also got big points from Rachel Lockhart and Kayla Beavers, and kept the turnovers to 9 versus 19 assists on that, so really good assist to turnover ratio, as the Lady Flames just kind of couldn't get it done late. Holly German with the deep 3 there in the second half. But Union just kept coming and kept coming. Amy Philamy hitting a 3 from the top of the key. Holly again coming around, swinging around and hitting a long 2. Back and forth they went, and it was a big crowd for a Mid-East Regional Final as the Flames and the Lady Flames fought the Bulldogs down the stretch. Rachel Lockhart misses the layup there. Union gets the rebound and kind of seals the victory away as Union beats Lee at Union 65-68. Holly German led the way for the Lady Flames with 16 points and 4 assists, with Rachel Lockhart with 13 points, going to 4 of 6 from 3. Amy Philamy, the big leader in scoring for the Union Lady Bulldogs, with 22 points, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists. After the game, we talked to Coach Marty Rowe about the loss and then the plans going forward in the Christian College National Tournament. I'm standing here with Coach Rowe after the game. Coach, tough loss. Close loss. What does this mean? How do you process this loss as we move forward?
Well, I mean, I'm proud of our second half effort. That's a team that, that we want to coach. I mean, that effort that we gave that last 20 minutes and had a chance to win that game is unbelievable. So, hopefully we can use the loss, because we played awfully well. Listen, Union was a little bit better than us tonight. It's a great basketball team, okay? Well coached, unbelievable basketball team. They were a little bit better than us tonight, but, it gives us a chance to regroup a little bit, maybe help a couple people refocus that we need refocused in.
So you get right back on the bus tonight, and then you travel back up to Indiana here in a couple of days. How's the team going to get ready for that? What do you think about the seedings going into this national tournament?
We'll find out on the way home tonight. I mean, I'll get a phone call on the bus. We'll find out what it's going to look like, who we play, when we play, and we'll know a lot more tonight. But, we know we play Wednesday. We know we're going to play a good team up there, and we'll get as much information as we can tonight.
Okay, from the Mid-East Regional Final, the NCCAA Tournament, I'm Jeff Salyer with Coach Marty Rowe. Back to the studio. We'll have a game next week with more Flames basketball. The first game of the national tournament was with Grace College, which is also the host for this tournament. They came in as the 8th seed, but they're a very good 8th seed. Of course, when you get to the final 8 of any tournament, you're going to get some good teams. The crowd was big here at Grace, and the Lady Flames had to overcome some early foul trouble, especially from Holly German, who only played 12 minutes in the game, but came out and scored 23 points. Let's take a look at the highlights from that game versus Grace College. Even though All-American Holly German was limited to only 23 minutes, due to foul trouble. The Lady Flames battled to defeat the host in a tight, hard-fought game. When Holly did play, she managed to score 23 points, with 11 of those coming from the free throw line, where she was perfect, 11 for 11 on the night. With Holly sitting on the bench, other players had to step up, and the players that did this were Madison Lee and Mariah Isles contributed to the effort and scoring big points and making big plays. Wanish Jackson from Grace gave the Lady Flames issues. She scored 27 points during the game, and just was a matchup problem the entire game. One of the big moments in the game was when Grace's coach, Scott Bloom, got hit with a technical foul late, sending Holly German to the free throw line and helping to seal the win for the Lady Flames. Later, Coach Rowe would say he didn't think that Coach Bloom deserved that technical, especially in a national tournament on his home floor. It's just something you don't see very often. But Lee just had to keep on battling and battling and battling, especially with German off on the bench. There you see Isles with an and one. And then again, Madison Lee finding an open Isles and redirecting that pass to her. Rachel Lockhart working hard on the boards to get an and one as well. So we get the replay here. Rachel got hammered on the play and then still makes it, teams get fired up. So big crowd. Of course, Grace is the host of this tournament, and they had all their fans there in the stadium watching the game. Holly German there with the backdoor cut in the second half. At one point, the Lady Flames were being pressed a lot, and right there you see Holly German leak out and grab the long pass and put it in as Lee University defeats Grace in this game by a score of 66-58, led by Holly German, who had probably the least amount of minutes, but had 23 points, going 11-11 from the free throw line and 2 assists, and Jenna Adams, who poured in 13 points and 9 rebounds. As I mentioned, Wanish Jackson with 27 points, going 10 of 22 from the field and 4 of 7 from 3 for Grace. But Grace falls short, and the Lady Flames advance to the quarterfinals. After the game, we talked to one of the big-time minute getters, Mariah Isles, and Coach Rowe about the win and moving forward into the semifinals of the tournament. Coach, you came in this opening round playing the host team. They're the 8 seed, you're the 1 seed, but it didn't look like an 8-1 kind of game.
Well, we didn't think it was going to be. I mean, you know, playing a good team on their home court is always tough, and then to play them in a tournament atmosphere. You know, I thought we were a little tight. We did some things uncharacteristic in the first half, but give them credit, they played awfully well. But, you know, we knew they weren't the 8th best team here. We really think that they're, you know, should have been ranked a little bit higher or seeded a little bit higher. And, you know, we've been through some tough 1-8 games. I mean, we've lost at the NAIA National Tournament and won 8 games. And so it's always a tough round, that opening round of any tournament. And so we survived foul trouble big time, and for us to be able to win a game was a great accomplishment for our bunch.
Well, we have become such a tough team over this whole season, so I think that has a lot to do with it. I mean, we knew it was going to be a tough game going into it, playing at their home court versus their home crowd, so really we just came together as one and fought through it. It worked out for us.
When we come back, we'll take a look at the semifinal and finals of the National Christian College Athletic Association Tournament as Lee takes on Roberts Wesleyan and then Union once again.
I'm Ken Jones, inviting you to visit the all-new SpeakingDeacon.com, where you'll find everything you're looking for. Browse over 1,000 vehicles, including 12 new car brands and a huge selection of pre-owned. Apply for financing, get a value for your trade-in, schedule a service appointment, download monthly service coupons, and find the Deacon Jones store nearest you. It's all right here at SpeakingDeacon.com.
Speaking Deacon, Speaking Deacon.
Are you Speaking Deacon?
Fazoli's is the most family-friendly Italian restaurant in town. All the fresh and flavorful meals are served right at your table on real dishes with real silverware instead of foam or plastic. Enjoy a clean, contemporary dining room and the excellent service you would normally expect from an expensive sit-down restaurant. For less than the price of a burger and fries, you can get a delicious hot meal like baked spaghetti, pizza, and all the breadsticks you can eat. It's fast, fresh Italian. It's Fazoli's.
Stop hunting. Start finding. Choose the AT&T Real Yellow Pages to find just what you need. No other book has more complete ads and up-to-date listings.
Welcome back to Inside Lee University Basketball. After defeating the number 8 seeded host, Grace College, Lee had to prepare for Robert Wesleyan, a team that upset Oklahoma Christian earlier in the round. Coach Rowe noted the size of Roberts Wesleyan may give the Lady Flames some issues, and in much of the game, he was right. This was a game that went to the wire and ended on a big play on offense and defense for the Lady Flames to secure the win. Actually, they were very interesting plays. En route to the win, Holly German passed a huge milestone in Lee basketball history when she scored her 12th point of the game, and on a highlight reel kind of and one, she surpassed Vicki Clemens as the all-time scoring leader in Lady Flames basketball history. Now, that was early in the first half that Holly did this, and the team kind of knew that was going on. Coach Rowe wasn't really sure when it happened, but the team was definitely aware of the record-breaking moment. But the Lady Flames had to continue battling throughout the rest of the game. Even with the record, they had to go to the final minute of the game tied, and on a Jenna Adams reverse layup with 10.3 seconds left to go in the game. Then Carly Miller hits a very interesting pass from Mariah Isles as Madison Lee threw it all the way down the length of the court, bounced off Isles, and Carly Miller picks it up, puts it in, take the Lady Flames up for good in the game. Right there we see the reverse layup by Jenna Adams to tie the game. The replay there. And the Flames were up, 20 seconds left, and inexplicably they take a really quick shot. Roberts Wesleyan does it, and so the Lady Flames are going to push it ahead. Madison Lee kicks it forward to Mariah Isles, who kind of loses the handle. She tips it over to Carly Miller, who puts it in and puts the Flames up by 2 with 10.6 seconds left. And this is where it kind of got interesting as well. Roberts Wesleyan trying to inbound the ball after a timeout from the coach, and they just hold the ball for 5 seconds and get a turnover, and that kind of seals it away. The Lady Flames pass it over to Melanie Barker, who got a free throw, missed the free throw with about a second left, and that was the end of the game. So a really strange ending to a really good game. Lee ends up on the winning side of that, 72-70 over Roberts Wesleyan. Jenna Adams with an incredible game, 31 points, going 12 of 24 from the field and 8 rebounds. And Holly German with 21 big points and 8 assists, but passing that all-time scoring record for Lady Flames basketball. After the game, we talked to Coach Rowe and Holly German about that feat, and actually also moving on to the finals of the NCCAA National Tournament. I'm with Coach Rowe after the big semifinal win over Roberts Wesleyan, 72-70. Coach, good opponent, quality atmosphere. What do you have? What are your comments about this game?
Well, I mean, great opponent. I mean, post play is the best post play we've played against all year, and that includes Delta State, because they had 3 or 4 of, just monsters inside. 33. It's just an unbelievably tough matchup for us, and we battled and did a good job. So, proud of the team. Obviously we made some plays down the stretch. You got to give them credit. What a great game. They battled us the whole time, made some big shots. Every time I thought we had a big, every time I thought we had the momentum, they came back and made great plays. And every time we did, they came back and made great plays. It was just back and forth. It was just a super game. And so, obviously we're looking forward to whoever we play next, but certainly we want to enjoy this one.
And during the game, one of your star players, Holly German, broke the all-time scoring record at Lee. It has to be a great moment to get it in the win in the national tournament.
Well, I think it means more to her to win, and I think all of us that know her can appreciate the fact that I'm not sure that the record means much to her. It will one day. I think it means a lot more to people like me and you and our administration, because I think our administration wants somebody like her to represent us in the record books and to be able to pass this in our first year Division II, it's just a big deal. I mean, the people that she passed, Vicki Clemens, a Hall of Famer, Brooke McKinnon's going to be in the Hall of Fame, and then Katie Nelson, the greatest post player that's ever played at Lee. That's who she's passed during tournament time. It's an unbelievable accomplishment. So obviously I'm proud of her, and I'm proud of I'm happy for her and her family, because I think it's a wonderful accomplishment.
Holly, that's a big win, and you had a big game there, but it had to be extra special because in that game with one of the and ones late in the second half, you broke the all-time scoring record at Lee University. How does it feel to get the win and also break that record?
It's amazing. We fought so hard at the end of the game, and honestly, I didn't even know it. I just thought everybody was going crazy because Carly made that great read on that back door, but unbelievable. can't even put it into words.
So this is the second championship game for the Lady Flames in the last 2 years with you at the head, being the leading scorer. How are you guys going to prepare for the game on Saturday?
Just like we always have, we get better every day. We work on our stuff that we need to get better on. And, you know, whoever we end up facing, we've worked on actions all year long. There's not anything at this point in time that somebody can do that we haven't seen, and we're just going to work on our stuff.
The win by the Lady Flames over Roberts Wesleyan and Union University's win over another NAI Power and Azusa Pacific set up a fourth meeting of the year between Coach Marty Rowe and Coach Mark Campbell's teams. Union, the winner of multiple NAI titles, and Lee, playing in their second consecutive national championship game, were primed for another great game, and they didn't disappoint the crowd that traveled up from Tennessee. It was kind of a battle of Tennessee in this one. The announcer kept calling it the Duke, North Carolina of NCCAA, which when these two teams get together, those games tend to be nip and tuck, close games, very good games, well-played games. Union shot the ball much better in this game than in previous meetings, and Lee led by as much as 4 in the first half, and eventually Union took a 5-point lead into the halftime break, eventually taking that out to 11 points. But the Lady Flames wouldn't give up. They continued to battle back, cutting the lead to 3 points with a minute and a half left. And then Letitia McLaughlin hit a desperation shot in the face of great defense to seal the win for the Lady Bulldogs. We see that Lady Flames played a lot of games on the road in the last several days leading up to this tournament. And by the end of the tournament, the legs were just gone for the Lady Flames. Union a little fresher. We're making outside shots. There we see Mariah Isles with a nice inside move. That move right there helped cut that lead down. The Lady Flames were in striking position until at the last seconds of the shot clock, Letitia McLaughlin hits a long 3 and just starts pulling it out for the Lady Bulldogs as they take the win in the national championship from the Lady Flames. So a disappointing loss in the national championship game. Second year in a row the Lady Flames end up runner-up. But this was to a very good team, and Coach Rowe was not disappointed in the way his players played. He was not disappointed in the way that they behaved throughout the whole tournament and how well they played. But Lee gets beat 73-64 by Union, led by Holly German, as she did the whole entire year with 20 points and 6 assists, and Jenna Adams with 19 points. Amy Fillamy with Union, again, filling it up with 24 points, going 6 of 10 from the three-point line. After the game, we talked to Coach Marty Rowe about the loss and what these players, these 4 seniors he's had, has meant to the program at Lee University.
Well, I mean, it's tough for our, for me, for our players. We had a great year, and for anytime you lose, especially you get beat in now we've lost 2 straight national championship games. I mean, what do you say? I mean, you can be disappointed, obviously, in the game itself, but then, how can you be disappointed when you've went 25-6 and, you've won the Gulf South and you've done everything you need to do over the course of a year to have a great year. We just happen not to be the best team today. And so that's the way I look at it. And, I'm proud of our team, and I'm proud of the effort that we gave. There's just a couple of things that they did better than us, and they made some big shots late. I mean, let's just give them credit. They they made a bunch of big shots late, and that was the difference in the game.
Coach, you have 4 seniors on this team, and Madison Lee as well has been the leaders of this team. And what did you say to them in the locker room, and how are you going to miss this group of kids?
Well, it's hard to talk to them. I mean, it's hard to talk to them. I mean, because I care about them so much off the court. I mean, losing this game doesn't bother me as much as the fact I don't get a chance to coach those 4 again. And every day, they do something. Whether it's in my office, or it's, by a stupid text or just something. They're all so uniquely different, but they all go together perfect, which what makes them great as a group. And, losing a day hurts me because of the fact I don't get a chance to coach them again and, on the court. And so there's not much to say other than the fact that we just thanked them a lot for what they've been able to do. They've elevated this basketball program. And that's the group. That's the mark of greatness, is being able to elevate when you already have a high standard set, and they were able to do that, and I'm very, very proud of them for that.
He never did tell me we might be alone. How did she always make it look so easy?
Sometimes you just need someone to talk to. We offer support groups to help with grieving or just talking and sharing. These support groups are another of our commitments to you.
At Jim Rush Funeral Homes, we believe life is worth remembering with compassion and respect. We will continue this tradition that has set us apart for so many years. Jim Rush Funeral Homes, it's all about life. North Ocoee and Wildwood Chapels.
At Sky Ridge Medical Center, we believe every moment is important. That's why, whatever you encounter on the road of life, Sky Ridge Medical Center will be there for you and your family. You can count on our experienced, dedicated staff to provide quality health care and the advanced medical technology you need, so you don't miss one special moment. Sky Ridge Medical Center, your hospital for a lifetime.
Zaxby's, indescribably good.
Welcome back to the National Tournament Special of Inside Lee University Basketball. When teams get the opportunity to play in a national tournament, there are a lot of extra benefits to traveling in the postseason. The NCCAA National Tournament was no exception. The Lady Flames played in the Mideast Regional on Saturday, returned to Cleveland early Sunday morning, and then headed back out early Monday morning on their way to Winona Lake in northern Indiana. On their way, they stopped and practiced at Lipscomb University, and while they were there, they participated in a chapel service, community service project, and a tournament banquet before the games even started. Our student videographer Michael Colander and I were privileged to travel with this outstanding group of young ladies and coaches, and now we present you the sights and sounds of the national tournament on this week's Center Court.
Team on three, 1, 2, 3!
You know, one of the things that I really appreciate about this tournament is the fact that there's a service element built right into it. And so today, you're going to have the opportunity to go out into our community and to be able to serve.
And we have some exciting stuff going on here at Heartline. We are in the process of purchasing a ICU mobile unit, which is an RV.
Yeah, it's a pregnancy center and a daycare. We're playing with the kids today.
They took us on a tour of the whole building, and then now we're playing with the different kids in the different age groups.
Hey, buddy.
What's he doing?
Hey, buddy.
We count together. 1, 2, 3.
To help us get involved with like the community here, and then so we can go back and get involved in our community back at home. And it's a good way to get to show that we care.
Alright, one more. 3.
Remember, no job is too important. No job is any less important. Everybody got to do their job tonight, okay? Alright, got it? Here we go.
2:30.
How much time?
2:30.
Alright, perfect. Alright, here we go, Kurt.
Our Father,
who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, power, and glory forever. Amen.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Team.
Number one, he wants us to do it with all our might. He says
in Scripture, everything you do, do as heartily unto the Lord, or do it with all your might. In basketball vernacular, it means play hard.
It's not your identity. Your identity is what God says you are. And what He says you are is that you're pure, holy, and blameless. What He says you are is that you are a child of the Most High King. What He says you are is that you are holy, that you are a saint, that you are loved, that you are the beloved. That's what you are.
So have fun with this and go get them. I don't have anything else to say, guys. I'll be honest with you. I wish I had something magical to say.
Emily Sisson, Kelsey Reisner, 83. The next award signifies the Outstanding Player of the Year. The National Player of the Year is from Lee University. She wears number 14, Holly Jordan. Valiant effort. Your national runner-ups for the 2014 D1 Basketball Championships in the women's bracket, the Lady Flames of Lee University.
Well, that's it for this season's shows. We're glad you joined us for the Flames and Lady Flames inaugural season in the Gulf South Conference in the NCAA Division II. We look forward to bringing you more next year. Unfortunately, after being on the air with CSS for the past 13 years, CSS has decided to cease production and we'll have to find a new home for Inside Lee basketball. Thank you to CSS for allowing us to be one of the smallest schools to have a regional broadcast with such a large reach. Thanks specifically to Larry Haber and Patrick Chevet, who we've worked directly with for many years. God bless you all. Make sure you check out youtube.com/InsideLeeBasketball for full episodes and follow us on Twitter @InsideLeeBball and on Facebook for more information where you can find the show next year. For the Lee Athletic Director, Larry Carpenter, Lead President, Dr. Paul Kahn, coaches Marty Rowe and Tommy Brown, my student co-host, Emily Pitcher, and my boss, Dr. Ron Gilbert, I'm Jeff Salyer. We'll see you next year. Go Flames.